Welcome back. We are on the home stretch, and thank God we are covering Sony's press conference. I'm joined once again by Pete and Tam. Hey guys.
Hey.
Howdy.
Let's just get stuck into it, man. God of War, big one to start off with, and Sony wanted God of War to have a big presence at E3. So what did they do? They got an orchestra in, and I thought that was actually a nice touch to get us hyped up for God of War. We knew God of War was coming. It had to be God of War with that music. But as for the game itself, I'm kind of impressed that it wasn't just the usual hack and slash God of War that I'm used to seeing anytime I've seen a God of War game. It was almost Last of Us like, very very story focused, and I enjoyed what I saw. Sorry, Tam.
I was just going to say the combat looked much more procedural than in other God of War games.
Yeah,
it's not just hack and slash sort of fare.
The fact that they've just called it God of War, not God of War 4. Are they rebooting? Are they rethinking how they actually want to go about the series? Because it sort of did suffer a bit with some of the later God of War games. Ascension.
Well, Kratos did kill all the Greek gods, so they had to do something. Had to move it away from where they were going.
Yes, I'm confused about where they are going with it, but still liking what I'm seeing. I've never really been a big God of War fan, but I loved The Last of Us. I liked the story in this trailer that we got, him having a son and all that. Are you guys satisfied that you would happily get on board with a new God of War?
Yeah, it depends how accessible it is. Like, is it going to tie into the old games at all? Or are we going to see can we just leave it a bit behind? Like, there'll be nods to the old games, but it'll be for new players as well. If that's the case, then I'm in.
I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah,
it
makes the most sense.
Well, I think it's exactly what they're going for, especially since you can see by the title and that they changed the entire mythology that Kratos is in. Like, he's in Scandinavia now.
Yeah.
It's odd.
We'll just have to wait and see more of it. I don't think we got a release date at all. Do we even get a vague 2016, 2017? Anything? Nothing. Oh well. They did show a decent amount of it, so I'm hoping that it is on track to at least come out next year.
Yeah.
Should be. Yeah.
Surely.
Days Gone. They sort of just announced this one out of nowhere.
Another zombie game.
Another zombie game.
I'm honestly over the whole post-apocalyptic zombie games.
Yep.
Yeah, same.
I think we all are.
And I think this shows that it doesn't really offer anything different. Especially, I'm sure we may as well talk about the gameplay now since it happened at the very end. But the gameplay was pretty insipid and uninspiring.
Yeah, that gameplay looked really hard to control.
And the whole point of a lot of post-apocalyptic games is that you have limited ammo and you have to conserve ammo, whereas this one was just hordes of zombies, and it seems like he had unlimited ammo for his assault rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was basically one-shot kill.
Yeah.
He was just mowing down zombies, and then it's oh, okay. There was even part of the gameplay trailer when he just ran past the zombies and they didn't do anything. He just brushed against them and just went off in the other direction. They're oh, okay.
Easy mode.
I thought the gameplay started off well, and then it turned into almost a completely different game. Yeah, like Tam said, as soon as it got to where there was just that many zombies and he was just mowing them down, it's well, hang on. I thought we were going for a slow-paced survival game here, and then it turned into that. Yeah, I'm confused what that game's meant to be. And it is even more confusing that we got that announced at the very start of the conference, and then we got the gameplay right at the end of the conference. I don't know why they didn't just announce it at the end. It still would have been a bad game to end on, but
Yeah.
yeah, really confusing.
I think it would have been a bad game to start on and a bad game to end on. They should just throw it in the middle somewhere.
Right in the middle, yeah. Like that Detroit become. Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute, but
I don't know how you hate that game so much. It looked good.
we'll get to it in a minute. Okay. Last Guardian, we only saw a bit of this, but it looks good to me. I think it looks as good as it's supposed to be, like with the art style that they've gone for, and apparently it's on track that it's actually coming out October 25
Yeah,
this year.
4 months.
Yeah,
It's
so
very soon.
I don't think anyone was expecting Last Guardian to come out this year after we got it shockingly revealed last E3.
I didn't expect Last Guardian to come out ever.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll just be interesting to see whether they've just sort of rushed that out to say, okay, here you go, you can have it, fine, but we're not gonna spend too much time on it. So, anyway, Horizon Zero Dawn, we got a trailer for that pre-E3 as well, but this time we got a gameplay demo, and we got to learn a bit about the game, the dialogue wheel, and all the combat options with her bow and arrow, how it sort of slows down and she can swap between different things. I think the combat looks enjoyable. Like, it won't get too repetitive, especially when you've got all these different kinds of robot dinosaurs as well. But as Pete mentioned to me, the story is it'll sort of be the telling point of whether this game is a success, because it's got the visuals, it's got the gameplay, and Killzone had both of those, but it was sort of just it did get a bit boring. So
Yeah, and the story trailer, which they released pre-E3, was like, I don't know, the dialogue was really like on the nose and kind of like corny, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
I'm worried. But the gameplay looks really fun. At least I'll enjoy that.
Sam.
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks like a... I don't know. No, it looks like the type of game I'd enjoy. I think it does tempt me to pick up a PS4 to play it.
Yeah.
But, sorry, I'm
Nice.
becoming incoherent.
No, I just want to involve you. I don't mean to push you to
No,
say,
no, no.
yeah, I would get this game if I had a PS4. Moving on, Detroit Become Human.
You hate this
Man,
game. I don't understand.
Pete and I disagree on this, but I
It looks fine.
don't like what they're going for at all. For
What do you mean by
starters,
that? It doesn't look any different to any of the other Quantic Dream games.
yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I haven't actually played them, but
You ever
I've
played
heard
Heavy
good
Rain?
no,
Oh,
but I've heard good things about both of those games. So
Heavy Rain's incredible.
I'll take people's word for it that those are good games. But this game is, for one, it showed all the endings, or at least a fair majority of them, to the actual game. I'm pretty sure that is the ending to the game that we're seeing in the trailer over and over again, and it's all
just
these
one-
different.
It's just one scene, I think. I assume that the game is more than just this one.
Because
set
it
piece.
came up with all the things, and it said good ending, this ending, blah blah blah.
Yeah, the ending. I think it's the outcome of that particular scene.
Yeah. So,
I think
so
the game's
what?
gonna be
You have to go
important.
through. You have to go through that type of scene again and again and again. Or,
No, I think it's
No,
just
I
an
think it's
example.
just, like,
of the it's an
trees.
example of the type of scenes and the type of tree of outcomes in the game. That every decision you make will impact what happen, the outcome of certain scenes, and that will impact the game as a whole. Is it feel like
Right.
it?
okay. I just felt like, what's the point of all these choices if you've just shown me the results of all those choices? Even if it is not the actual ending of the game, if it's an end, it still looks like a significant ending of part of a chapter to the game, and they've just, I don't know, kind of wasted that, I feel.
Dave, you did say a couple hours ago that you like choice in your video games.
I did say that, when it's done properly. Yeah, I don't know. But maybe it was just the trailer. Maybe it's just the trailer. So
Yeah, I think we need to see
I-
more.
I'll
of
keep
it.
I'll keep an open mind. But yeah, I wasn't impressed just going by the trailer. The visuals didn't look that great either.
I feel like you should go
And-
back and play Heavy Rain because it's
Okay.
amazing.
What,
It's
so you
so
can
good.
press X. You can press X.
Press
for
X to
Jason.
Jason.
Resident Evil 7 looks very different to the Resident Evil we've come to know, at least the modern Resident Evil. And Capcom have talked about they wanted to go back to their horror roots with the Resident Evil series, and we saw them doing that just by re-releasing the old Resident Evil games, which is great. But I mean, you still have to continue the series. Give us a new Resident Evil. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. At first, I thought, is this Resident Evil? No, surely it can't be. This looks pretty shit. But it sort of got better as it went. It sort of got better as it went, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. They didn't actually show that it was a Resident Evil game. Where would the characters? Where? I don't know.
There's a demo
Don't know.
available today, which is pretty big.
Available today.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
All right. Maybe I should check that out. So that's on PS4,
PS4.
Xbox One, PC. Yep.
Yep. I think
Cool.
so.
All right. Worth checking out then. And Tam, you've got the date there is June 24, 2017. That's a very specific date.
Yeah, so I'm surprised that in the announcement trailer they announced a release date as well. Not
Yeah,
many
but-
games do that.
Games only get specific dates if it's like within the year. That's more
Yeah,
than a
but-
year away.
Yeah, that's my point. That they actually know. Oh, we'll get it out. We want it out by this date. It must be quite far along. I think my main issue with this is that it seems very atmospheric horror sort of game, which Resident Evil never has really been that sort of game. Even the first game wasn't to that degree like that. It's more, that's more like Silent Hill and those type of games. In more recent Western horror games that go for the whole atmospheric scares and
Yeah. Well, they could have called it anything as well. They could have made it a spin-off game. They didn't have to give it the number 7.
they could have called it PT.
All right. Moving on. PlayStation VR got a decent amount of time in Sony's conference, as one would expect. We did get a price of $399 US. I don't know what that would end up being over here. Probably
It's like
still
600
too
bucks.
expensive. 600?
Yeah.
Not more than that. Okay.
I think that's it.
Were you guys expecting that price, or
Haven't we already got it?
had we already got that price?
I don't think so. I
No?
can't remember, but it's significantly cheaper than Oculus. Well, we don't know the Australian price yet.
I knew that we had Oculus and Vive pricing, and I thought it was just sort of speculated for PlayStation VR. But I could be wrong. Maybe I missed it.
I'm not sure.
So, because 600, like you said, that does sound familiar. So maybe it's just heavily rumored. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 50 games will be available when PSVR launches in October this year.
Yep.
And we got to see some of those VR games. I wish we got some actual new VR games. Actually, we did get one, Farpoint. I haven't heard of that before, so I assume that's new. I didn't really catch too much of this, but I think it went pretty quickly, so we didn't get to see too much of the game, did we?
Yeah, not really. It's just a shooter that's in VR.
Yeah. Moving on, Battlefront is getting a VR mission, flying the X-Wing.
That's developed by Criterion.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Wait, they got Criterion that just developed a single mission for Battlefront?
Yep.
Oh,
Apparently.
why didn't they just make it like a downloadable title? It's just like X-Wing. Just call it X-Wing and put it out as a downloadable title.
Yeah.
So now we
Why
now
did
we
they
know
touch
what
the Battlefront?
now we know what Criterion have been working on.
Yeah.
Um,
All 5 of them.
Well, like, yeah, it's like 5 people in the studio now,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Oh, like 15.
Batman Arkham is getting a VR release. I assume that's a new sort of Batman Arkham game, but who knows? They could just pick up Arkham Knight and make a DLC sort of thing for that, and have it be a VR experience. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm kind of over Arkham. I don't know about you guys, but they're sort of just overdone it, and it's like, come on, just stop now.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15 we saw again. When did we see that? We saw that in Microsoft's, yes? Yes.
Yep.
But this time we saw that it is getting a VR experience, and it even includes the character wearing bloody PlayStation VR headset, which I just...
That's
what
ridiculous.
even? Why?
So his party members know that he's using VR.
I guess that makes sense.
It just looks funny.
So then you can abuse your teammate when they're being really shit with the VR. Hey, stop using your VR headset. Just play properly. Anyway, enough of VR. Sick of talking about
Thank
VR.
God.
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
This actually looked good.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
so.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
thought
wow.
it looked okay. Thought it
It's-
looked okay.
It's the most excited I've been for a Call of Duty for years, which
Yeah.
I'm not that excited for it, but it actually looked quite good.
I was surprised. I think they really like took the dislike ratio on YouTube to heart and tried to bring out something that's, get people hyped again.
Because it's not just derivative of previous games, which like the last 3 Call of Duties have been.
Yeah.
They've all been more of the same, whereas at least this one's like, oh, we're in space now.
That's true.
Seems to be a few like physics related abilities and that sort of thing, which look very interesting.
I feel like I'm probably being a bit hypocritical because I've never been a big fan of Call of Duty in recent years, but maybe some of that hate was undeserved for Infinite Warfare. Everyone was saying rest in peace COD. Battlefield 1 is, killing it, but Battlefield just went back to what they had already done in some of their past Battlefield games, like Battlefield 1949, is that what it's called? And they'd had olden style...
1942. That was World War II though. Battlefield 1's World War 1.
Okay, yeah, but you get my point. Like they've done an old war story before, whereas Call of Duty are actually trying to do something completely different to what they have been doing in their past games, which is getting them nowhere. They're like, all right, let's just put it completely somewhere else. Let's put it in space and just play around with it. And I can understand why Call of Duty fans would be upset with their beloved franchise. God forbid what Brian thinks of this game, because his precious Call of Duty is changing. He hates change.
He's
but
crying about there's no boots on the ground.
I'm sure he's happy for his remastered Modern Warfare 4.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. And truth be told, that was the only thing I was excited for as well. But now I'm sort of seeing it as more of what it was supposed to be. If I'm interested in Infinite Warfare, then I'll get it, and Modern Warfare Remaster is the bonus, because it doesn't look all that flash. The remastered, it doesn't look too much improved, in my opinion. May have to go back and watch it, but yeah,
it's
and
fine,
we're only getting it looks fine, but it looked fine before, and
yeah.
we're only getting 10 of the maps, so yeah, maybe Call of Duty fans are rethinking whether they want to get Infinite Warfare, rethinking their reasons for getting Infinite Warfare, I should say.
Yeah, that's true.
What's that next?
Crash.
Oh God, no.
Crash, Dave.
Crash.
New Crash
No.
is coming.
is back. Dave, you have Crash.
Oh,
Dave, I'm gonna
I brought
buy
my
you
Crash.
Skylanders so you can play Crash.
I'm just gonna roll over and cry, and you guys
Have
can
you guys-
talk about Crash, okay?
All
Have you
right,
guys seen the Skylander figure for Crash?
I haven't seen it.
It
Is
looks
it,
hilarious.
is it terrible? I'm glad it's terrible. I mean, like, it's just a mess. So
Why
like,
is it a mess?
I just like,
It's Crash. He's back. You wanted Crash.
yeah, Dave, you wanted Crash, right?
Yeah, I just sent a link of the image.
Oh,
So for those just listening to us talk absolute shit,
You're talking shit.
and
They announced
and-
Crash for Skylanders. That's remarkable.
yes, that is actually true.
Crash can now hang out with Spyro, finally.
So what Sony have done? What Sony have done? They made a quick deal with the devil, as Pete put it, deal with the devil, to show some Skylanders Imaginators with Crash in it, who looks atrocious in the game and does not suit Skylanders at all, and is exactly
He looks
the
like
same
someone
case.
wearing a Crash costume.
Spyro in it. Yes, that is spot on. So yeah, they agreed. We'll show that in our conference if you agree to let us remaster Crash 1, 2, and 3 when we get around to it. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Apparently,
So
it's gonna be a remastered collection as well.
But it's probably not going to be any different to we got the Sly Cooper collection, the Jack and Daxter collection, the Ratchet and Clank collection. It's just going to be we want a new Crash. The old ones we can already buy off the PlayStation Store and play. Yeah.
If it's remastered from the ground up though, it could
What
be
like the recent Ratchet Clank game?
yeah, it could be really
Surely they wouldn't. They're not going to go to that effort for 3 Crash Bandicoot games.
yeah, it's a lot of work.
Will you play the remastered versions, Dave, or you have no intent?
I'll probably play them because
Will you buy them to save Crash? Dave, if you don't buy these games,
I feel
you'll never get
like
a new
I'm not
Crash.
saving Crash. It doesn't matter whether the remaster sells. Activision are not going to give up Crash to have a new game and be successful. And Sony, they want to make him a Skylander now, and that is just
I mean, unless it's
The
Skylander
worst-
bombs.
it's the worst news of the entire E3.
Don't worry, Dave. We'll buy you the Skylander figure for your birthday.
Yeah, we'll buy you like
Put it on your
hundreds of
shelf.
them, and you can't get
Go
rid
to
of
hell,
them
damn.
because they're birthday
Alright.
presents.
On the subject of children's games, we got Lego Star Wars as well.
Wow,
I
way to
don't
put
think we
people in a box, Dave. Jeez.
Okay, that was maybe a bit.
I'm
I
calling you out.
apologize. I apologize, Pete. Thank you for calling me out. That was inappropriate of me to say such things. But anyway, for games that are perhaps marketed towards a younger audience, Lego Star Wars is coming this year. I think we already had a release date for that. I don't know whether
it's in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's really soon. So I don't even know why they bothered showing it. Did they show anything new?
Not really.
Not
No,
that I
just
saw.
I don't think they've shown that that specific trailer before, but there was no gameplay. I am surprised we didn't see any Battlefield 1 though.
Yeah, I wanted to see that trailer at that time.
No, Pete. So Sony, at this stage, they've already made a mess because they started off their conference with all their big hitters like God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn. Then they slowly just trickled down to VR stuff. Yeah, okay, you got to cover that, and then Infinite Warfare actually looks okay, but then Crash, and then Lego Star Wars. I mean, we've seen that a million times. We don't need to see that again. And by this point, I'm just wondering what the hell is coming next, because it been all over the shop. And then we got Kojima, and
He's back. I love how it's like, I'm back.
and how do we even describe Hideo Kojima's new game?
It's
It
Norman
is
Reedus walking around a beach
A
naked.
big
Weird
naked
car
Norman
footprints.
Reedus. Yes. So they're still best buds, obviously, after they planned to bring us a new Silent Hills game, which fell through, thanks Konami. And but Hideo Kojima is keeping the dream alive, but it's not Silent Hills. It's not anything we know. It's called Death Standing or Death Stranding.
I think it's
Stranding.
Death Stranding. Yeah.
Stranding. I actually thought it was Death Standing, like because he's a giant, but Death Stranding.
I mean that makes more sense.
What does that mean?
It's Kojima.
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything, but it means everything.
Yeah, the trailer was weird. The game's weird, but at the same time, it's Kojima, so the game could actually turn out to be good. So I guess it's just one we'll wait and see.
Yeah. The trailer doesn't really show anything, so
No, it doesn't. It was basically just a teaser to say, "Hi, I'm Kojima, and I'm making a game. Fuck you, Konami."
yeah. Essentially.
Insomniac Games. This is actually a little bit exciting, but they probably should have ended on this. Actually, Insomniac
Yeah.
Games are making a new Spider-Man game. I wish we got to see more of it. Pete, you actually, I think you called this, didn't you?
I
Or-
called Sucker Punch was doing it.
Oh, You thought Sucker Punch. Okay. Yeah, Sucker Punch would have made more sense because they've done the Infamous games.
Yeah.
That's sort of, superhero
thing.
type stuff. Very, very similar to what a Spider-Man game would need. Insomniac have done Sunset Overdrive. That was the first thing that came to mind. And
Yeah.
I
They've
could
done
see
Fuse.
Fuse. And of course they've done the Ratchet and Clank games. But Spider-Man, yeah, the one that's probably most similar to it is Sunset Overdrive. So, just comedic character, big sort of. It is sort of like a big open world kind of game, isn't it? At least I'm hoping that's what it's going to be. But,
Surely.
just swinging around New York City. But it does look good from what we've seen. But I still remain skeptical because when was the last time we had a good Spider-Man game? Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
Because I assume the Amazing Spider-Man games were no good.
Yeah, I didn't touch them. And that was it, guys. That's E3. Well, actually, we still kind of have to cover Nintendo. It depends whether we can be bothered, and it depends whether there's actually anything worth covering, because at this point we just know exactly what we're going to get from Nintendo. There's not really going to be any surprises. It's just whether it's how different the new Zelda is going to be. The other games, I think we know what we're going to get from them. So
Do we know how long the Zelda Direct is?
I don't think so.
Because it goes into the treehouse stuff, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
All we know is that the demo on the show floor, well, there's two different demos that make up like 90 minutes of Zelda gameplay, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wonder whether they'll just play through the entire 90 minutes and that's it. That's Nintendo, and then we have the treehouse stuff, but even the treehouse doesn't have much. I mean, Sony are actually doing a live cast over the next couple of days, and they'll probably have more games than the treehouse. Xbox are doing Xbox on Twitch or Daily Show or whatever it's called. They'll probably have more games. So, is this it? Is this end of E3? I'm not satisfied with what we got out of E3.
Yeah, no. The C3 was
No.
not great.
There weren't really that many newly announced games.
Yeah.
None that really are mind blowing. I think it's one of the weakest E3s for a while. Probably
Yeah, for
going back to
sure.
like 2010.
You do keep
2011.
telling us that E3 is dying, Tam.
Well, I don't think it matters anymore in this day and age.
Yeah.
Even though you still get like 100 or 200,000 people tuning in to watch the conferences, I think it's very difficult year in year out to just keep on announcing new and big games. A notable exclusion today was there was no No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No No Man's Sky. No Shenmue.
It is apparently supposed to come out in August, so maybe they figured that's close enough that.
But they showed Star Wars. Imagine if they swapped out Star Wars for No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it would have had a stronger ending. Yeah.
That's true.
Anyway, another E3. I guess we got through it and did our best. Hopefully, the Another Castle community are enjoying these discussions, and we're just gonna keep on keeping on, continue to bring you whatever we can. Thank you, Tam and Pete, for putting up with me during E3. And
pleasure.
Thanks for putting that with me.
Yeah, same.
yeah, thanks for falling asleep on me.
I did it last year. I had to do it to you this year as well.
It's a tradition.
Okay.
The last year was worse because I was when we were doing live streams and I just kind of disappeared.
What a waste of time that live stream was.
Yeah, I think this was a much better idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll change it up again next year. Who knows? But this sort of works. So, anyway, till next E3, guys. Thank you very much, and happy gaming. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.